Welcome everybody, I'm your host Car Junkie, and welcome to the final episode of Purple RP News. I'm gonna admit it, I didn't expect us to only post 3 episodes, but here we are. Many woke up today just like any day, but came to a rude awakening when they saw their notifications. People were saying that Whamon was banned from the server by Sharp. These were in fact true. We have inside information on the event from moderators, and as I go forward, I need to say something. I'd like to thank everyone that gave me screenshots and information nobody else could. I'll be covering the story from both Whamon and Sharp's perspective, as to not have any bias. So, let's get started. First, we'll see the story from In-game, Whamon spawned an M60 for a player by the name of Maria. He was then banned for this, even though Maria never did anything with it. No RDM, no killing, no using it really. Only shot it a few times, I've heard. Obviously, this is a ridiculous reason to be banned, especially since Whamon has stated in his recent announcement that Sharp's been treating him like shit for months. He stated that Sharp used him to make racist maps and scam people, or else he'd lose all of his roles and be banned. Apparently, Sharp also has his personal information and has doxed him in the past. Sharp has also been reported to do worse, an example of this being Coolcat, the so-called hacker that was just Sharp's close friend. Sharp would allow him to go around and do whatever he wanted on the server and just say that he was a hacker as an excuse. Sharp even put a swastika inside of spawn and said Coolcat did it. Just because, oh, he's a hacker, he can get away with it. Sharp also allegedly made over $7,000 in real life from Purple's RP and never gave Whamon a penny. From Whamon's side of everything, Sharp is a manipulative, blackmailing teenager that uses others for personal gain. He doesn't take blame for anything and puts everything on other people for them to deal with. Now, let's see the story from Sharp said in his closing announcement that Whamon was the one who blackmailed him into making the racist maps for Whamon's server. Whamon would also allegedly pressure Sharp into helping him by stating that doing otherwise would lead to, quote, mutual assured destruction. Sharp also stated that Whamon would act as if he gave Sharp the success he had and use that to convince him that his admin power abuse was okay. At one point, Whamon was putting together a gun in real life and tried to convince the server to send him parts illegally through postage. This is relevant because it shows that Sharp couldn't control Whamon because Whamon made him cave into his demands. Whamon was said to have a death grip on the server and had complete control. Sharp has stated he regrets ever putting Whamon into a position of power. So, what does this mean for Although Purples will never return, as stated by Sharp, a replacement server called Redurance RP is in the works. They took to reimagine Purple's RP's mechanics and respark the community Purple's had. For the news, I'll be moving our efforts to their server once it's complete, although it just won't be the same. Time to speak from the heart. Just remember that both sides of this story have their own reasons for this happening. Nobody's in the right necessarily, we just have to move on. Whatever side you're on, just remember the community that Purple has created, and the memories that we all formed through it. I hope to see you all tune in when I return in the future, although it may take a while. I do have other things to attend to. Thank you for watching Purple RP News. This was your host, Car Junkie, also known as Tanner Lloyd, signing off. It's been a good run. Too bad it's over.
What we're living in, let me tell ya. And it's a world that man can eat at all. When things are big that should be small. Who can tell what magic spells we'll be doing for